Restaurant of the Lord Jeffery Inn in Amherst provides an elegant and comfortable atmosphere, serving up fresh, local, seasonal ingredients. And joining us now is Executive Chef DINO Giordano. Now, you've got a new fall menu. I want to know all about it. What's on there?
We really roll with what's in season, so we change it every day. So our fall menu really starts a little bit before fall and then ends as soon as the fall ingredients are falling off the shelves. So we cook what's in season.
You know, I've spent a couple Saturdays with you at the farmer's market, and so what Dino does, he goes around, he sees what's up, you see what's in season, and then you cook it up, because that's what you do, and you let the food do the talking. Now over here, I see you've got some squash that you've cut.
Yeah, so these little delicata squash rings, which we have right here, I just cut them into thin slices and then take the seeds out. They're really nutty, cross really between a butternut and an acorn squash, and the skin crisps up probably the best of any squash.
And you can eat the skin.
I love the skin.
You gotta eat the skin of the squash.
Eat the skin.
It's where all the nutrients is.
Yeah.
Now we do that, and today we're making a rack of lamb with a bunch of assorted vegetables.
So we got a little 8-bone rack of lamb. It's probably about 10 to 12 ounces worth of meat plus the bone. Really nice, really sweet. We get this one from Maine, North Star Farms.
I think lamb's one of those things people are terrified of making it because it's not a normal looking piece of meat. You don't know, do you sear it, do you bake it?
Yeah,
how do you
some people
do it?
don't know how to, so I'll tell you how I do it.
Yeah.
Which I find to be easiest, and especially at home you can do it. You just take this, season it generously, use salt and pepper, then into a hot pan with canola oil. Make sure you get it nice and brown on all sides. So you want to brown this side first, brown the bottom, kind of flip it, brown that. Then what I do is have some butter, garlic, thyme, and baste it in butter.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Dino does this thing where you're holding it and you tilt the pan, and then he's got a spoon and he keeps twisting the butter back onto something.
Exactly. So that hot butter will continue to gently cook it from the outside in.
And you get a lot of butter in your food.
And you get a lot of butter.
It's fine by me.
It's all about the fat.
Now I see you're cooking up some mushrooms here in oil. What kind of mushrooms
these
are
these? These are chanterelle mushrooms.
Chanterelle mushrooms.
Yeah, which are one of my favorites. If you smell them, you should smell them, Seth.
All right, I can smell
They smell like apricots.
Oh, they smell like apricots.
And they pop up every once in a while, and when they do, we try to get them.
So these are more of a rare mushroom?
I wouldn't say rare, but they have their time periods when they appear, when they disappear.
So they appear now, you picked them up, and now they're in the food at 30Boltwood.
Yeah.
So yeah, the menu changes every day. You don't know what kind of stuff you can expect, but it's, you know, I would assume more heartier food because it's getting to that time of year.
Yeah, so in fall we do more braises. We do braised short rib, braised lamb shank. We do roast this lamb, but it's a time for roasting. We come feed duck, real warming foods, foods that are gonna make you feel good and feel warm.
Soup season too.
It is soup season. Nice. We always do a daily soup. So yeah, you gotta get warm. You gotta get comfort.
No doubt. Now, what do you have going on in there?
We got some diced rutabagas, as well as some baby turnips.
All right. Diced rutabagas, baby turnips.
Yeah, rutabaga for me is one of the biggest flavors of fall, and then you got these little baby hickory turnips.
Now, what do you just searing all this stuff? Have you pre-cooked any of this?
There's a little bit of water in there.
Okay.
Yeah, those are blanched in salt and water. What I'm going to do is just add a little bit of butter.
Yes.
To glaze them up. It's all about the fat. That's what we just talked about.
Oh yeah.
So for this lamb, what we're going to do is, it's just going to be a little bit of creamy polenta. This is like a pretty coarse, dense corn polenta with the mushrooms, a little squash, some fall veg.
Okay.
And then we made a black olive tapenade.
Black olive tapenade. How'd you make that?
So those are Niçoise olives. We take those, we squeeze out all the juice, and then we put them in food processors so they get a little bit processed, if you will.
Okay.
We put a little bit of Aleppo pepper, shallots, and champagne vinegar.
That
so it's like this acidic,
really
salty thing going on for the lamb.
See, it's like mixing up a lot of flavors, but there's not a lot of spices in here. It's funny. You're a salt and pepper kind of guy because your food is pretty high end to start with. Yeah,
so it doesn't need much. And when we're sourcing the right products, you don't have to do much to them. I like for the food to be the star of the plate. So what we do to it is minimal. We just encourage their flavors to come out naturally.
And that's what you use a little bit of salt and butter for, because that helps to bring the real flavors out.
Yeah, butter brings out flavor in everything.
Exactly.
So those are ready. So we have a lamb in the oven as we speak.
I'll go grab that. Yeah. You start plating, and we'll be eating in no time, which is my favorite part of today. Oh, yeah. Now, I see you roasted it with a little, is this thyme here?
It's thyme, garlic, and butter.
Woo-hoo. All right, here we go.
So what we do there is, Seth, can I borrow your mitt?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's getting hot over there. And kids, don't put the handle of the pan on another burner. That's how people like Dino and I get burned.
So as Seth was saying before, we'll take some of those juices and just spoon them right back over the top.
So this is the strategy. Oh yeah. And none of those juices, because a lot of times when you're cooking meat, all the best juices, those are the ones that leave. But if you do it in a pan,
Don't want to lose those.
no, you keep scooping them on. All right, so here we go. Here's our plate.
Yeah, let's bring it on over here.
And that's what do you call what you're about to do? Is there a rhyme or a reason to what it is?
It's called fun.
So it's more. This is the part of the show where you have fun with your food, and it's just a little fun base. And half the time it's fun to eat too.
Yeah, you could put a smiley face in there if you wanted.
What's in that?
This
can
is
it be anything?
arugula
Okay.
and parsnip. So it's a pair of parsnips, and then we just add arugula to it for a little spice and color as
So
well.
it's fun and it's healthy.
Yeah. Seth, would you grab me a cutting board?
I would love to. If I can
cut
find
into
one.
this.
All right. 1 second. Here we go. Here's one. Da-da-da-da-da. Here you go, Dina. I like sous chefing you. Makes me feel important.
I like it too. Let's shut these off before we get a fire going.
Good point.
Then we'll start plating. I'm going to cut into this guy.
Okay.
I'm going to cut him right in half.
Now, what temperature should you cook lamb to?
I like medium rare. This is about medium.
So people shouldn't be nervous of this color. This is
No,
perfect.
that looks delicious to me.
All right, it's a perfect color, folks, for the lamb.
So what we're going to do is just plate up randomly. See the nice, beautiful colorization on these?
And this is where the fun comes in.
Yeah,
This must be great for you too when you're kind of because you change your menu every day, so you have to think about changing your plating every day.
Right. And don't forget, if you're doing this at home on Thanksgiving, you're going to have fun with it. You got your family, you have your friends. If you want to get a look at that beautiful color.
Oh, that's great.
Everybody's helping out, chipping in.
And then we got a little bit of tamponade here, a little bit of veg,
Yes.
and we'll be good to go.
So we'll get some of those baby turnips.
Take a look at that. Dino, happy fall to you. This is a fall dish, if nothing else. Oh, look at that. Hey, by the way, if you want to make a reservation at 30Boltwood, Dino, you got to make reservations, right?
You got to make a reservation.
You got to make a reservation. Call them, 413-835-2011, or if you want to view their complete menu, just go online, lordjeffreyinn.com.